Hey everybody, welcome to chapter 4, section 3. We are talking about rotations and our cool visual effects. In this video, we are just going to do the stuff that revolves around the coordinate plane. So everyone open up to page 190, pause this video to copy down the core concept on rotations on the top of page 190, and just like the last video, the core concept on page 191 for the rules about rotating in the coordinate plane. When you are done, you should be back, and we are going to turn to Desmos. That way we have a good visualization that does not involve my messy handwriting. Not that it is bad to be messy all the time. So when I'm done, you're going to go to Desmos and practice as well. For now, though, can we take a look at page 191 at the bottom for number 2? Keep in mind, the Big Ideas book, example 2, reading it is a great idea. The website with the Student Dynamic ebook, they have good videos, especially for this topic, to hear another perspective or to reinforce what you're learning right now. Remember, you're not expected to get it the first time. Okay, so we're going to have a triangle, which if you remember, we're going to go to the plus sign on Desmos and going down to table. We're going to type in the coordinates for this triangle JKL at 3, 0, 4, 3, 6, 0. Okay, can we picture this triangle? Can we picture this triangle right here? And now it says to graph this triangle that has these vertices on the screen. Now its image after we do a 90-degree rotation. So that is going to be counterclockwise, 90 degrees about the origin. And about the origin means we put a pin in the origin and we start spinning. Okay, so we're going to spin it 90 degrees about the origin with a pin right there. And let's take a look at the rules in the core concept. So rotation of 90 degrees, it looks like, remember, we're reading the math. AB goes to negative B comma A for rotation of 90 degrees. Negative B comma A, what are we doing? In my mind, it looks like we're switching A and B. So it's B comma A now, and we're changing the sign on the B, which is now the new X. So let's add a new table. This one's going to be in blue. We are going to switch 3 and 0. We're going to make it 0 and 3. Now we have to change the sign on the 0, but that's kind of pointless. We are going to switch the 4 and the 3. 3, 4, but we got to go back and make that negative 3. Oh, I guess they don't like that sign. There we go. And we got to switch the 0 and we need to switch the 6 and the 0. So it's going to be 0, 6. And again, we got to change the sign on the 0, but that's kind of pointless. So we have 0, 6. So where is it? Oh, there it is. So this triangle in green rotated around the origin 90 degrees counterclockwise. I hope that is what my hand is doing on your computer screen. And you have it here in blue. Let's take a look. The base, what I would call the base at least, is on the x-axis. We rotate it 90 degrees, and look where the base is. It's on the y-axis. The 3, 0 point was the closest to the origin. We rotated it. The 0, 3 point should still be the closest to the origin. The 4, 3 point was pointing up. We rotate it, the negative 3 comma 4 point should be pointing left. Patterns to look for. That way you can visually check your work and also maybe intuit it a little bit more, okay? So that is one good example of rotating. We are going to still need that core concept on page 191, but we are going to turn right now to page 192 and go ahead to number 5. We're going to number 5. Okay, so go ahead and I'm going to turn these off, keep them there for some reason. I don't know why yet. We're going to add another table. Number 5 says that we have a line segment, AB. It has the endpoints, -4, excuse my fingers, comma 4, and -1, comma 7. Okay, here is our line segment. Connect the dots with your brain. All right, we have to do a couple things. First, we need to translate it from xy to x minus 2, y minus 1. Okay, so from xy, we're going to translate it. We got to take away 2 from the x's. So -4 take away 2 is -6. And we got to take away 1 from the y's. So 4 take away 1 is 3. We have to take away 2 from the x's and 1 from the y's. Let's check our work. Let's see, I'm going to zoom out so that we only get, there we go, 1 box for each unit. So we have this red line segment here with these 2 red endpoints. Imagine the red line connecting the 2 dots. And we have these this black line here, this imaginary black line with 2 endpoints in black. Did we move left 2, x minus 2, and down 1? Yes, we did. Left 2, down 1. All right, cool. That was step 1. You're not done. You're not done. We got to switch them around. So now the second step is to, and let's hope to get another color. Perfect, purple. We are going to now rotate 90 degrees about the origin. Do you remember what to do for 90 degrees? We have our core concept on the previous page. We're going to switch the x and the y, and we're going to change the sign on the new x. So let's switch the x and the y. So 3, -6. Oh, but we got to go back and we got to change the sign on the x. We're going to switch the x and the y, but we got to change the sign on the new x. Okay, so now we translated from red to black, and now did we rotate 90 degrees? Ooh, this looks like a new quadrant counterclockwise, 90 degrees. I think we did. This point is closest to the x-axis over here, and look where it is, closest to the x-axis over here. This point was farther or closer to the y-axis, and it's closer to the y-axis as well. Farther from the x-axis is what I cut myself off from saying. So we have in red, -4, 4, -1, 7. I'm actually just checking my work as I go through this, looking at the book and looking at my monitor. We moved it to x minus 2. So we took away 2 from the x and y minus 1. We took away 1 from the y. Took away 2 from the x, took away 1 from the y. And then we rotated it 90 degrees about the origin. Don't know why I paused there. So a comma b becomes -b comma a. So a comma b becomes -b a. That means switch the x and the y, change the signs. All righty. Let's take a look. See if we can bring in something from 4-2. All right, I am going to use these up here. So let me turn off this, and let's go ahead and do number 6 as well. All right, we are going to start with triangle T. So 1, 2, U, 3, 5, and V, 6, 3. This is number 6 on page 192. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Sorry, number 5. You can always go and rewind if you need to see it again. All right, so we have number 6 is right here. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, 3. All right, now we're going to rotate it 180 degrees around about the origin. Okay, so 180 degrees about the origin. Turn back to the core concept. Let's translate it. Rotation of 180 degrees from page 191. AB becomes -a, -b. So what did we do? Can you say it in English? What did we do? AB becomes -a, -b. Just change the signs. Is that what you said? Good job if you did. If not, you're practicing. So let's just change the signs. -1, well, -1, -2, -3. I didn't actually have to do that then. -5, -6, and -3. So did we change the signs from AB to -a, -b? Looks like we did. Okay, can we picture this triangle with the green line segments, the green sides in our brain, to this blue triangle with the blue sides in our brain? This point, 1, 2, is up 2 over 1 from the origin. If we rotate it 180 degrees, it's going to be down 2, left 1. I guess when I said over, I should have said right. Up 2, right 1, down 2, left 1. This point right here, up 5, right 3. Notice I'm looking at slope when I talk about up first. And down 5, left 3. Okay, cool, but we're not done. We need to now do step 2, which is reflect it in the x-axis. So do you remember off the top of your head what to do for a reflection in the x-axis? If not, you should have it in your notes. So turn back to your notes. If you don't, you can follow along on page 183. When we are reflecting in the x-axis, what do? AB becomes A negative B. So what are we doing? AB, so which is what we're doing in blue here. Here is our new A and our new B. We changed the signs from green to blue, and to get to our reflection in the x-axis, we're only changing the signs on the Y from blue to green is not a good color to use again. Please, Desmos, give me another one. Thank you, Desmos. All right, so AB becomes A negative B. So from blue to red. A, change the sign on B. A, change the sign on B. A, change the sign on B, and there you go. So green to blue, rotate about the origin 180 degrees. We do AB becomes negative A, negative B, change all the signs from blue to red, reflection in the x-axis. From new AB becomes A negative B, change just the signs on the Y, all right? So there you go. I'd like you to practice on your own with Desmos or draw it out yourself as well. You'll obviously have problems to further your practice coming up.